Morning. It's quite a beautiful day today. I'm just out on a test run, testing gear, testing my knowledge because I haven't been out for a while. Good job I did, because I did this a few weeks ago and had some failures. So it's always good to test your gear. So I thought I'd bring you along. Let's see what happens. So I'm fit, healthy, strong, glad to be back out a little bit. Gear I'm testing today is new boots, long story, a new 32-bit float audio recording system, which is awesome, new hiking trousers, the batteries and stuff on my camera. I got my old wax tarp that I made. It's like a wax cotton, so just taking that out for an airing. Ooh. Getting a bit sketchy around here. Yeah, I'm just trying a few things out. I'm glad I did though. Over the last couple of weeks we had some catastrophic failures, shall we say. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just need to find a place to set up the tarp, and then we can go through a few things. Hello. Made it. Can smell wild garlic. So the tarp's up. I love this tarp. It's quite small. It's not light, but the sound of the rain on the canvas is really nice and totally waterproof. Just chuck it in your bag and you're going to be dry whatever the weather. So, what's been going on? Equipment testing. Boots. Went out a couple of weeks ago in my German para boots. They're 10 years old, end of life. They've been stored in a hot loft for a little while, and the rubber welt and the soles, where they bond the soles to the boot, perished. But I didn't know that coming out. So it was all right for the first hour or so. But after that, they started coming away from the bottom, and then eventually the soles came off the bottom completely in the middle of the forest. So I'll try and flash a picture up here. As you can see, they're just they're destroyed. So that was a big dilemma for me, because I love my German para boots and I know you can't really get them anymore, and I had to change. And trust in boots is a big thing. You got to trust them up on the mountains. I'm glad I tested them locally. I had to walk back in the mud in just my socks and stuff. So if I was up a mountain, that would have been a bit of an issue, critical issue, I think. But as it happens, I was doing testing and it didn't matter, so it's fine. So I had to search for new boots, and I've gone for Hiax Commander, I think they're GTX, Gore-Tex liners mountain variant boot from Army Surplus. I'll just show you them now. So these are the boots. They are awesome. So I've treated them like I always do, with wax and polish, and melted it in with heat. So they're totally waterproof, no issues there. I've gone for different style of lacing. So here is quite loose because my feet expand when you're walking. So you want this quite loose. So this zone's quite loose. And then there's a break. This is like a double twist break, so it holds that tension there. And then this is quite tight up around the ankle and pulling it into the heel. And if you look, they go like down and round and down and round rather than the other way. And this is so you can hook them onto a little hook. Where is it there? Hook them onto a little hook to stop them coming down. And then I'm doing the bow that never goes undone. Just 2 bows, overhand knot with 2 bows with a double loop underneath. I'll show you that one day. And they never come undone. But yeah, they're awesome. They're comfortable, waterproof, completely waterproof, and yeah, it's great. Especially when you're in the like mud and the wet and damp and cold and snow. You need something to keep your feet warm, and these really keep your feet warm. Now, although they're second hand, they're really good condition. Still, all the tread on them. But you still have to break them in a little bit to your foot. So I've got my thin sock. Let's have a look. Thin sock, very thin sock, and then your thick sock over the top, and that gives an interface. So the thin and the thick sock can move against each other, so you don't get any blisters ever. I've never had a blister doing it this way, but they'll break in, and then I'll just need the one sock afterwards. So yeah, really pleased with those. So that's the boots. Audio. So I wanted to up the game on the audio. I had the Zoom H2N, brilliant piece of kit, very high quality, but you had to mess around with gain control to get the levels right, and it's massive on the belt. So I like to record the audio separate to the camera, so I can have different cameras, I can be away from the camera, and the audio is always the same. So I got a lav mic on. That's going into now a Zoom F2, which is a fantastic bit of kit. So let me show you that. I've got it hooked onto my belt. So let's take you in, have a look. This is the Zoom F2. Very interesting piece of kit. It's super tiny, just on 2 AAA batteries, so lasts ages. Hooks onto your belt. But what's important about this is it's a 32-bit float recorder, which means there's no gain needed because it's got a massive dynamic range, and whether it's loud or quiet, you can adjust it post in production, so you can get perfect sound without messing around. It's got a headphone out, so you can listen while you're recording if you want. It's got power in for transferring data to your PC, and it's got some software with it as well. It's got a nice lock, so I really like that, so you can lock it. So when it's recording like it is now with a little red light on, you can lock it and you know it's not going to finish, and you can just record all day, just record the whole day on it, 14 hours, no problem. And yeah, it's great, really great. So I had a lot of look into lav mics and the quality of lav mics. It comes with one with a little screw down knurled nut, so it doesn't come off, which I really like. But you know, there's Rode mics, and people say, well, you should use a wireless mic. No, I don't want to use a wireless mic. A, because the quality is good, I guess, but the chances of Bluetooth dropping out is quite high. Getting little stutters and interruptions in the Bluetooth link is quite high. The unit you have to put on here, because it's got a battery, is obviously quite big and bulky, and it can be easily lost if it drops off, whereas if this comes off, it's on a wire, so that's not going to get lost. I don't have to worry about any connection issues. It's light and reliable, so I don't like wireless mics. I go with the wired mic. There is better lav mics for different conditions, for studio or for outdoors and things like that, but this is good enough for me. I think I don't want to spend loads of money on a mic if this one's good enough. So you can let me know in the comments if you think the audio is okay. I'm not going to do any post-production other than auto leveling the gain to make sure all the peaks are at the top. But other than that, no, I'm not going to do any post-production. So it is what it is. So that's that. I've got some new walking hiking trousers. They're kind of a poly cotton. They're crag hoppers. They got zip pockets, which I really wanted. Just testing those out. They're a bit long on my last trip when I tested them, so I took them up and sewed them in. So they're the right height now, so that's good. It's late in the year in 2023, autumn's hit. The whole year has been super wet. There has been hot days, but overall it's been a really wet year, so everything's muddy and boggy, and it doesn't encourage you to go out, but I probably will be going out before Christmas, and this kind of weather is my kind of weather. I like the dark nights, I like the short days, keeps people off the mountains, so I get a bit of solitude on the mountains, which is great. I love that. I just want a solo camp, I don't want to camp with anybody else. And yeah, it's a good test of equipment as well. I checked out all my bags, all my mats, they're all fine. Slept on the mat one night to make sure it wasn't going down, slow puncture. Thermarest X-Therm's fine, the X-Ped 7 is fine. All the quilts I made, the down quilts I made, they're all good, no problem at all. My sleeping bag's fine if I need that. So yeah, it's all good. I bought some extra torches. One torch I'd left the battery in and it corroded, so I had to clean that up, but it's okay. But I bought some new ones, got a new head torch as well, which I'll show you on the next trip. Much lighter than my Nightcore one, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. Seems pretty good. Yeah, it's all good. It's just good to test gear, you know, just go out and test it. I do this a lot. I don't record it, but I do it a lot because I don't want things to fail on top of penny fan in the Brecon Beacons. I mean, that's not a good time to discover failure, so I test everything all the time. 2 is 1, 3 is 2, so if you've got 2 sets of batteries and one fails, you've got another set. If you've got 3 and one fails, you've still got a spare while using one, so I always go down that approach normally. Like in my camera, I had to get new batteries for that and charge them up because the lithium ions were way out of date, weren't holding charge, so I got all new batteries for that as well. So yeah, just a short video today. I'll be going out probably in the Hillyberg now because of the weather, and the temperatures up in Brecon Beacons are very cold. So yeah, I'll be doing that, and yeah, just thought I'd bring you out today, have a little chat and see what's going on. I have been overheating going up mountains and stuff, so I want to kind of lighten that a bit, thin it out. Oh, I got a new poncho, snug pack poncho, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that rather than a coat and everything. So yeah, I'm going to try that over my bag, over my body as well, so looking forward to that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. As you know, this is YouTube channels, no adverts, no links, no e-begging, no money involved. It's just somebody who wants to go out, make videos and share it out there. I'm not interested in the commercialization of YouTube. So that means YouTube won't share it, so be it. That's not my problem. It's up to people to find it or discover it if they want it. So still getting a lot of hits on my videos, so that's really good. I'm really grateful for that. So I shall see you in the next one. Cheers, bye. Just going to test a little bit the audio as I'm walking along. I'm not sure I'm just going to pick up the footsteps or things like that. There's not much wind here, so we'll test the wind up on top of the mountain, I think. Quick tip for stabilising your video. If you've got a selfie stick or a monopole, there's a way you can do like a gimbal effect to take out a lot of the shake just with your hand, no like equipment. I'll see if I can show you how to do it. So how am I going to do this? So you create a hole and you put the selfie stick down the hole and you just let it sit on the top. I can't really show you. Hang on. So if this is the selfie stick, you just hold it very lightly and you let the pole use the natural gravity to gimbal away, and you just hold it as you're walking, and it will naturally, with the weight of the pole, always self-center, so it gives you a bit of stabilization. I'll show you it. Hang on. Let's put the selfie stick to upright. I'll create the little loop and then I'll let it swing in the little hole I make with my forefinger and my thumb. And there you go. Gives you a bit of stabilization. Oh look, this is cool. Wow, don't know what they are. There's a big one there. They're very cool. So yeah, back to gimbal mode. It's a great little tip. The heavier the stick, the better the dampening of the movement is. This is quite a light selfie stick, but if you have a monopole, which is quite heavy, then this is a great tip to stabilize your camera without buying loads of kit and weighing a lot and charging it, etc. See how muddy it is. But no problem. I got a video on how I waterproof boots. I'll link it in the comments down below, so you can have a look at that if you're into your leather boots. If you're into ultra lightweights and Alteras and wet technology, as they call it, yeah, don't do it on that. But if you're into your military boots or leather boots, then it's a great way to waterproof them. I tend to do it before I go out most trips. Never had a problem, never had a leak.